Fortnite went down a couple days ago. No one was able to play it. Twitter was blowing up with people who didn't know how to spend their time. Facebook was complaining about the same thing too. Fortnite was releasing the same old usual statement when their game goes down. We're aware of the problem and we're working on it. One issue though, I'm on and I can play. I look to be the only one that's online all throughout Fortnite. The map is glitching super hard, and I would assume that this is when they add things, like the snowstorm, the cube, or even the meteor. I noticed that they had gutted the block completely. It was replaced by something called Sinister City. I decided that I would check it out. I'm the only one that can play this game, like I said. I can get a head start and look at loot spawns and gain a very good competitive edge. As I land in Sinister City, my gaming monitor starts to get grainy, almost as if there was a poor signal or this was a film. I thought that this was just the effect of the area, like how Viking Village snows. The new city looked like tilted towers, except the towers resembled old Gothic structures. They were larger than tilteds. They didn't really look scary, they just looked menacing. The skyscrapers were all connected via zip lines. I didn't know how long I had with the servers down, so I knew I needed to check out everything quickly. I wish I would have just shut down my console and played something else. I explored most of the structures and I came to one that caught my eye. It was smaller and looked like a castle. I suppose this could be for the upcoming season. I opened the door and I entered the building. Right away, things were different. This wasn't just some copy-paste job like usual. The graphics were made to be hyper-realistic. It looked like real life. If you went out of the building, everything turned to Fortnite's cartoony graphics. But if you went inside again, it went back to realism. There was only torches for light inside. I see some floor loot, but it's not much. One of the loot was a flashlight. I guess that makes sense because it's so dark in here. I turn on the flashlight and it feels like I'm playing a survivor horror game, not Fortnite. I hear something down below, followed by screaming. This is just a game after all, why would I leave in fear? I try to find a staircase, but I fail. I took out my pickaxe, but you couldn't destroy anything here. I would just have to find a way down there. I could hear what sounds like someone trapped trying to escape. Help me, is all I hear. Does a person know that I'm actually here and looking around? They must know, after all. If I can hear them, they could certainly hear me. Finally, after some time, I find some stairs. Everything looked so real. The place down below was barren, but huge. I wandered around this basement wondering just how big it was because outside and above it was smaller. That's when I realized that this was a prison or a dungeon. I hear what sounds to be bars rattling back and forth. I turn my flashlight over to where the noise is, where I think the person is imprisoned. He looks hideous. He was the mystery skin from this season, the one that just came out. I was sure of it, he even had a lock on his head. He asked me to help him again. Something feels way off. He has to be here for a reason. And plus, wasn't he supposed to be a prisoner in Polar Peak? Why is he here? He mouths the words, Season 8. Was this what they had planned for him in the upcoming season? I let my rational thinking take over, and after all, he's just an NPC. I decided to leave him there. He tells me I would regret it if I left, but I did anyway. I decided I would check out the other buildings that I hadn't had time to since I got sidetracked with the scary prisoner. The normal graphics, the cartooniness, everything we love from Fortnite, hadn't returned to normal like it did before. I was on the second floor of this huge tower when I heard and felt what looked like an earthquake. I was looking all around for the prisoner in the game. Then I realized I was hearing and feeling the earthquake in real life. He breaks down my bedroom door. He grabs me by my throat. He's choking me. I can't breathe. He tells me now I will be the prisoner of Fortnite, just like he was. He threw me into the game, and just like that, Fortnite went live again. I was trapped in Fortnite. When you unlock the prisoner skin, and I know you will, just know that that's me. I die thousands of times a day. The pain I feel is immeasurable. Sure, I don't have walls or bars to keep me locked up, and technically I will live forever, but I have a new prison now. I'm stuck behind graphics and code. I should have saved him like he warned. When you equip me, please make sure you don't die. It's so painful. Someone please save me.